Start your day the joyful way. It's your weekday morning talk show inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes. And now here's your host, the queen of joy herself, Jessica Dugas. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. How are you all today? Let me know in the comments. Today is Thursday, February 17th, 2022, and I'm super excited to be with you for another episode of Project Joy this morning. Starting your day with a triple shot of good vibes is a good thing. And as we learned yesterday on the show, sometimes it can be a challenge to work our joy muscle, but it is a choice that if we say we want to experience more joy in our lives, we need to choose to work that muscle. Joy isn't always handed to us on a silver platter in a package with a bow and all of that. Sometimes we need to look to find it. And that has been my journey in the last couple of years, especially of just going, okay, if I don't see it, I'm going to look for it. And if I can't find it, I'm going to create it. And that's what I'm here to do with you guys each and every weekday morning. Don't forget to go over to the comments section and share what's bringing you joy or gratitude today. I see a couple friends joining us already here this morning. And you can also head over to projectjoypodcast.com and click the join live button to share a moment of joy or gratitude live on air today. I have a bunch of things I want to share with you this morning. I'm kind of all over the place, if I'm being honest, because I have a lot in my head. I have a lot that I've been thinking about, focusing on. I'm never, as an Aquarian, I am never short of ideas, but it is the choice, the deciding what do I want to focus on right now, and where do I want to go with this. But we've got a couple of national days to talk about today. We have a Black History segment coming up, but we're gonna have a little bit of a discussion during that as well. We have birthdays to do today, a lot of really more fabulous Aquarius birthdays going on. And what else do we have going on today? Let me think. I know there's a few other things I want to share with you, and we'll dive into that in a little bit as well. I hope you guys had an opportunity to catch the latest episode of Divine DNA on the Breakthrough Show Network last night. It was on at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. It was an amazing panel with Angelique and Queen Bee and Brittany talking about vulnerability and commitment and lots of other things. And so it was a really good conversation, lots of people chiming in and giving their thoughts of, these really important conversations about vulnerability and commitment in relationships. And also as it relates to ourselves too. We keep going back to this on every show on this network. We keep going back to this knowing that in order for us to show up as our best selves in relationships, we need to work on ourselves. We need to go back to basics and really hone our own skills. And so it was a great show last night. I hope you guys had an opportunity to watch. If not, the replay is available to you on, of course, the Breakthrough Show. But you can also go and follow them at Divine DNA on YouTube as well. So they did a great job with that last night. And I love it. Our network continues to grow here at the Breakthrough Show. And, we have, obviously, I'm here for Project Joy every day. We started My Way. That is really gotten some amazing feedback on My Way as well. Very excited about the direction that that's going. We have Throwback Thursday coming up for you next week as well with myself and Kevin Kiley. That's been a lot of fun this season to really take it back to what Kevin and I love, which is music. We started off last year talking about just 80s and 90s pop culture, but this year is all about the music, and we're super excited about that as well. Kevin and I always have a really good time together. And then of course we have Rewriting Reality coming up. Not next Monday, but the Monday after. It'll be the last Monday of the month, with Shiraz. That has been going amazing as well. A little bit of a shift in that as well. And then we have a brand new show starting on the Breakthrough Show Network on Thursday, March 3rd. And so stay tuned, you guys, for more information coming up about that, because we have a brand new host, a brand new show joining the network, which I'm really excited about. Lots of good stuff going on. Okay, so I want to dig in a little bit. Let's see who's joining us this morning. Nail Beauty by Brittany is here. Good morning, Brittany. Happy Thursday to you. It was a wonderful show last night, and always good to hear your thoughts and opinions and experience on Divine DNA. Speaking of which, Miss Angelique is here this morning. Happy Friday Eve. Yes. Good to see you here today. Great job on the show last night. Miss Finneran is here this morning. Good morning. Oh, thank you so much. She said, "You bring me joy, so positive and great reminders. We choose." That's right. We get to choose. We get to pick. I mean, it's very exciting when you think about it. Brittany says, absolutely. So I'm really glad to have you guys here this morning. There's a couple. So let me think about what's bringing me joy. What's bringing me joy this morning is a couple things. First of all, I had a couple of lovely messages from a friend when I got up this morning, and that was really nice to she sent me a couple things that really brought me joy. I was listening to a gentleman that came on and was doing a singing live, and he was doing like where he would sing and then you would sing, and it was just such a, you guys, even if you feel like you can't sing, the voice is so healing when you use it. It like, I know there's some of you that are like, oh God, please don't make me sing or whatever you're saying. But it's so healing when you use your voice. And so I was watching this and participating for a few minutes this morning before I came on live and singing with them. And it's so nice. It feels so good to be able to do that. So thank you to my friend Sharon for sending that over to me this morning. Amongst some other things, and I'm hoping we can get Sharon's. It's early where Sharon is, so I'm hoping to get her on Project Joy eventually, because she is amazing, and her work revolves all around gratitude, and we definitely need some more of that. Something else is bringing me a whole lot of joy this morning, and I'm also sort of in this. You might catch, okay, Jessica's energy might be a little bit different this morning, but I've been in this place of reflection since this event I attended yesterday. So you guys might have remember Michelle Risa, who was on the premiere of My Way last Tuesday, not this past Tuesday, the Tuesday before. But she was on the premiere episode, and she invited everybody to healing conversations. And I really, like, truthfully, I wish more people would have taken advantage of that. And I hope that I'm going to be talking about her next one coming up. And I hope you guys will jump in and participate, because this is something that we really need in the world, especially, Angelique's talking about phenomenal show last night on Divine DNA. A big thing that they were talking about last night, and is something that we talk about on literally every show, is the fact that we've got to improve our communication as humans. We really do. And this healing conversations that Michelle facilitates was just an incredible experience. And I even left there with 2 new friends. And somebody that I think is going to be somebody that I think will end up being a regular on the Breakthrough Show Network. That's all I'm going to say. But she started the healing conversations by sharing 7 ways to connect with people. The 7 ways that she shared were open-mindedness, acceptance, curiosity, discovery, sincerity, brevity, and owning the conversation. And it's really just different tips while you're communicating with people. And I loved what she was sharing about really validating during a conversation. So it goes back to how I feel very much about this show, and that's the importance of the interaction in the comments, when having people come on the show. It really validates that for me, because the whole point of this show is a conversation, about joy, about gratitude. And if there's no one on the other side, there's no conversation. It's one person talking. And that is not the vision of this show. And it shouldn't be our vision going into actual conversation. But unfortunately, as humans, a lot of times we are going into a conversation to make a point, to get the other person to listen, to get the other person to change their mind. All of these, there's a list, okay, of things that we go into a conversation with, instead of going into a conversation to listen and learn. And notice how I didn't say understand, because we're not always going to understand somebody else's perspective, but to listen and learn is so important. And so we had 2 breakout sessions during this healing conversations, and went into smaller groups. And the first breakout session, we talked about the art, if you will, of listening to others with different beliefs. And then the second breakout session, we were posed with an opportunity to practice what we had been learning, and talk about and answer a very hot button. I'm just going to leave it at that, because I feel like everything that happened in healing conversations was sacred, and I want to leave it as that. But it was a hot button topic, something very prominent on everybody's minds, ears, lips, all of that. And it was an experience. And it really was what the name of the event was, and that's a healing conversation. It really was a healing space. I left my group that I was paired with. We didn't all have the same opinions at all, about the topic that we talked about. But I left literally with so much love in my heart for these people. Like I said, I left with 2 new friends. And I really I'm learning more about myself, that I need those deeper conversations in my life. Like, don't just send me something. Tell me why you're sending it to me. Say something. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a back and forth. In my life, for me, where I'm at right now, like, there's so much that gets thrown at us on a moment to moment basis, that I am in desperate need in my heart to go deeper with people, to have those deeper conversations and those meaningful relationships. It is not enough for me at this point in my life to have these surface level things going on. That's just not where I'm at. And so I'm learning this more and more about myself right now. And I'm finding myself getting triggered really easily when it is these very surface level things. Some of you guys may or may not have heard about my qualm with the thumbs up um, button, but I will be happy to go down that rabbit hole with you guys at some point. But I'm just not here for that anymore. That's not what I want. And in my life, and what I have time for. Like, if we're going to have a relationship, let's have a relationship. Like, this, hey, how are you? And not even really caring and walking away, or just sending somebody something, but not saying anything, or just not here for that anymore. And so there's so many things, that and 8 million other things that have been on my mind since that healing conversations. I highly, highly recommend that you guys make time to go to the next one. It is going to be on Tuesday, March 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central Time. I realize it's a Tuesday in the middle of the day, but God, if you can take your lunch or something, it really was a life-changing experience for me. And I'm so thankful to Michelle Risa for putting that space together, because it takes guts, it takes courage, and it takes a lot to host something like that. And so, kudos to Michelle for putting that together. Highly recommend that you guys participate next time. So that's bringing me a lot of joy today, is just going down the rabbit hole with that, of exploring myself and exploring relationships, and lots of goodness came from that last night. So thank you again, Michelle. Brittany says, what brings me joy this morning is just taking a few moments of gratitude. My breath, my children, my friends who have become my family. I'm just full of joy and gratitude today. I love it. She said, good morning, Angelique. Absolutely loved the show last night. Yes, lots of amazing feedback about Divine DNA last night. Judith says, open mind, beginner's mind. I love that. Love that. Dory Hupp is here this morning. Good morning, Dory. It's good to see you. I love deep conversations. I've said it. I said it. Everybody's saying good morning to each other. I love it. So lots of goodness going on today. We have a couple national holidays to talk about today. We have birthdays to do. We have a Black History segment that I want to share with you today as well, that this is going to be a conversation this morning that I shared about that. We'll see where it goes. I want to remind you, you can head over to projectjoypodcast.com, click the join live button to share a moment of joy or gratitude live on air today. And we will be right back after this. Stay tuned, you guys.
Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. They're about discovering who you are, digging deep, reaching to the core of your soul. They're about healing yourself, understanding your beliefs, creating a ripple effect. And it's not just those initial moments that matter. It's about using them to bring more joy into our own lives and the lives of others. It's about having fun, letting loose, enjoying every moment life has to offer. It's about finding a safe space. It's about creating connection. Join us each and every month for exclusive programming, where we invite you to go beyond the breakthrough. So we ask you, are you ready? We'll see you online at thebreakthroughshow.com.
Welcome back to Project Joy Live. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas. Today is Thursday, February 17th, 2022, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. It always brings me joy to be here with you in the mornings. We have a couple national holidays to talk about today. Today is apparently National Cabbage Day. Did y'all know that? National Cabbage Day. So cabbage, I did not know this. Cabbage is not just cabbage. Cabbage is also, cabbage is actually a group of vegetables. I don't know if you guys knew this. It's not just the green thing. Cabbage also includes broccoli, cauliflower, and kale. I don't know if you knew that. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. Let me know. Are you a cabbage fan or not? Here's the thing. So Cabbage Day is celebrated on February 17th, and it recognizes a delightful garden staple that provides some of the best recipes for the Celtic holidays coming up next month. It's an excellent day to test your corned beef and cabbage skills, though we don't do that here. We don't eat along other, because listen, there's so many other wonderful things to have along with cabbage skills alongside other delicious seasonal dishes. From the French caboche, meaning head, cabbage comes in a variety of forms. The cabbage family is quite varied and includes Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy, kohlrabi, and kale. Cabbage is an ancient food with origins in Asia Minor, which is known as Turkey today, and the Eastern Mediterranean. So Brittany loves cabbage. Um, Dory says no cabbage. Dory's going to pass on the cabbage. Let me know if you like cabbage. So let me give you 9 surprising health benefits of cabbage, all backed by science. So number 1, cabbage is packed with nutrients. Even though cabbage is very low in calories, it has an impressive nutrient profile with everything from protein, fiber, vitamin K, vitamin C, folate, manganese, vitamin B6, calcium, potassium, and magnesium. Lots of stuff going on there. Number 2, it may help keep inflammation in check. So your body relies on the inflammatory response to protect against infection or speed up healing. This kind of acute inflammation is a normal response to an injury or infection, but chronic inflammation is a problem, and cabbage helps with that. Number 3, cabbage is packed with vitamin C. Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, is the water-soluble vitamin that serves many important roles in the body. We talk about helping with collagen, antioxidant, cancer-fighting qualities, lots of amazing stuff going on with vitamin C in cabbage. Number 4, it helps improve digestion. Cabbage is very fiber-rich, and this vegetable is full of gut-friendly, insoluble fiber, and helps to promote regularity with your bowels. Number 5, it may keep your heart healthy. So it is rich in compounds called anthocyanins. Sound that out for a minute. Go back there and sound out my words. And this gives its delicious vegetable the vibrant purple color. That's talking about purple cabbage. In a study including over 93,000 women, researchers found that those with a higher intake of these types of foods has a much lower risk of heart attack. So heart healthy, and adding into that, because this is heart month as well. Number 6, it may lower your blood pressure as well. Has potassium, and potassium helps, it is a mineral and electrolyte that helps the body function properly and counteracts the effect of sodium in the body, which we know contributes to the high blood pressure. Number 7, it could help lower cholesterol levels for several reasons. And number 8, cabbage is an excellent source of vitamin K. And for those of you guys that don't know this, that understand about vitamin D. You may know this, you may not. Vitamin D3 is best absorbed taken with K2. D3, K2 together, that combination helps both absorb those things. So highly recommend, if you are taking a D vitamin, make sure you're getting that K2 as well. It also has K1, which is helpful as well. It says it plays many roles in the body. Number 9, it is very easy to add to your diet. So it can be eaten raw or cooked, added to a variety of dishes like salads, soups, stews, and slaws. It is very versatile. It can even be turned into sauerkraut. And we know that those type of fermented foods are super amazing for our gut biome and helping us in a lot of different ways. So the bottom line is that cabbage is an exceptionally healthy food. It has an outstanding nutrient profile and is especially high in vitamin C and K. With so many health benefits, it is easy to see why cabbage deserves some time in the spotlight and some room on your plate. So love that information about cabbage today. Let me go back over here and see what's going. I've eaten so much cabbage in my lifetime, I might crave it once a year. I love that. I love cabbage for a lot of different reasons. I had a slaw yesterday with I made the jackfruit barbecue sandwiches yesterday. So good. So good. And it was topped with slaw. Y'all, it was just good. It was good. That's all I'm going to say. Dory says, I have Crohn's and can't eat green foods. There's a lot of different things with different illnesses out there that we definitely need to be doing more research on different things like that. And there are ways to, with the digestion, to improve that. And we need to be doing more research. I'll just say that. It is also today, very excited to say, it is National Random Acts of Kindness Day. So what are some ideas that we can do for Random Acts of Kindness Day? And while I'm sharing about some different things that we can do, I recommend that everybody put in the comment section what is something that maybe you can do today to participate in Random Acts of Kindness Day. So you can send a care package to someone. They were talking about sending one to somebody in the military, but there's lots of different care packages you can send to cancer patients, to senior citizens, lots of care packages you can put together. Do something nice for somebody. How about that? A lot of people are like, oh, I can't participate in this day because I don't have the money. You don't have to have the money. Just do something nice for somebody. You could buy a coffee, send a card. You could say something nice. You could make something with something you already have. Donate to charity. That's another great example of something you could do on Random Acts of Kindness Day. Lots of amazing charities out there. And I highly recommend, there are websites that you can go to if you're planning on donating to a specific charity that tell you, the reliability of the charity, where the money goes, etc. Highly recommend people look into that, because some of these bigger organizations that people hear about, the money's not going where you think it's going. I will just say that. So definitely look at the smaller charities, look at giving into an individual, look at the research before just blindly donating to a charity. You can spread love and kindness on social media. You know what could really use an injection of kindness are social media feeds. Take the time to post a positive message on Facebook. And there's lots of different things you can do. And you can even post part of what we've been talking about, on this show and also during Black History Month, is the importance of spreading awareness. And so you can even say something like, today is Random Acts of Kindness Day. I'm choosing to spread kindness and positivity today on Facebook, and let people know that it's Random Acts of Kindness Day and that they can participate if they want to. So I would love to hear about some different things that you might want to do today for Random Acts of Kindness Day. Thank you so much. Angelique's like, that meal looked excellent. I saw it in your Facebook stories. Yes, I need to make my post on my Plant Party of 8 page about that, because it came out real good. It was so delicious. Jason is here this morning. Good morning, Jason. It's good to see you. Brittany says, even just taking the time to talk to someone is an act of kindness. So many people in the world feel alone, and just taking 5 minutes out of your day may complete. I agree. They completely change that person's day. I agree 100%. Just taking that extra time. And I will say this too, because I saw this recently. Somebody had posted a meme or something on Facebook saying, reach out to your strong friends. The people that come off as if everything is fine, because you never know what somebody is going through behind the scenes. So even like Brittany said, just reaching out to someone, anyone, and it doesn't have to be someone that looks like they're having a hard time, because you never know what someone is going through behind the scenes. So we've got National Random Acts of Kindness Day. We've got National Cabbage Day. Choose how you want to celebrate. You could even combine the two and prepare a lovely cabbage meal and gift it to someone for Kindness Day. So I am going to add to Kindness Day today, and I have, if you guys are not familiar with Louise Hay and the work of Louise Hay, highly recommend going through the You Can Heal Your Life book and workbook. But I have some of Louise Hay's affirmations that I keep in my office space here, and I'm going to choose 5 this morning. I'm going to choose 5 this morning to share, because we all need some goodness. Now, I'll say this about affirmations. Affirmations are not a cure-all. Affirmations don't work if you don't believe them, and you have to make them feel good for you in order for and say them often in order for them to be effective in your life. So for example, if the affirmation is I love myself, and you don't love yourself and you know you don't love yourself, then repeating over and over, I love myself is not going to make any difference. Adding in there, I am in the process of learning to love myself. I am on a journey to loving myself. Those kind of things that make that affirmation real and valid is something important. All right. So I'm going to choose 5 for this is my random act of kindness for you guys today, that we can use throughout our day this morning. I'm just going to choose some random ones. By the way, Mr. Jackson is in the building finally this morning. Good morning, Mr. Jackson. Everybody's saying good morning. All right, here we go. Here we go. The first one is I dwell on positive thoughts. I dwell on positive thoughts. I love that. So again, if this doesn't feel good to you, you can say something like, I am learning to dwell on positive thoughts. I am in the process of finding positive thoughts. Something like that. So there's your first one. I dwell on positive thoughts. All right, next one. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, this is a good one. And this has your little statement in it too. I am in the process of becoming my own best friend, the person I am most happy to be with. I am in the process of becoming my own best friend, the person I am most happy to be with. I love that. I love it. All right, number 3. I treat myself with unconditional love. I treat myself with unconditional love. If you do not currently treat yourself with unconditional love, you can say, I am committed to learning to treat myself with unconditional love. I am learning to treat myself with unconditional love. I love that one. All right, 2 more. Here we go. Oh, this is one. This is one. Are you ready? I am willing to change. Ouch. I can feel Shiraz in the building right now. He's not here, and his presence. I am willing to change. I am learning to be willing to change. I am in the process of becoming willing to change. I am opening myself to be more willing to change. All right, last one. Let's pick a good one. All right, this is a good one. Here we go. I learn something new every day. I learn something new every day. Now, some of you guys are like, listen, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that, to learn something new every day. I am making it a priority to learn something new every day. I love it. I love it. All right, so those are our 5. Here we go. I dwell on positive thoughts. I am in the process of becoming my own best friend, the person I am most happy to be with. I treat myself with unconditional love. Here's the ouch. I am willing to change. I learn something new every day. All right, there's your 5. Part of my random acts of kindness for you guys today. Give you some goodness to dwell on for the day. I love it. By the way, reminder, these are Louise Hay's. I don't know which deck this is. I have several. You guys cannot see. You guys cannot see that whole shelf up there and this whole drawer right here. I don't know which one that is. I keep the box. I keep it in a bag. I don't even know which bag I kept that one in. I kept my little I have all of these little bags, and um I also have my deck. Oh, look who's that. It's me. I have to keep my own in the drawer. Brittany says, I love that. I love me unconditionally. Yes. 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 I learn something new every day, even if I don't want to, right? Right. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, even in that class that I took yesterday, it wasn't all easy. And I think sometimes we get in our head that in order to experience joy, that something has to be simple and easy and given to us. But sometimes joy is work. Sometimes joy is going through the mud. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, it's that that knowing that, looking for it, knowing that you're going to be okay. Lots of good start. That's it. Even if you don't want to, you're learning daily. Sometimes some of us are forced into it. It just is what it is. Okay, so I have something that I want to share with you guys this morning. And I'd like to have a little side conversation. We've been doing Black History stuff every single day. And so part of my my purpose, my joy, my realization, my mission is to explore not just the norm of what's done, but to ask sometimes difficult questions and to say, what can I do differently to make things better? What can I do to actually change things? Because for me, and this goes back to the conversation I was having earlier about, where I'm at in my life right now of really needing those deeper conversations, deeper relationships, and not just surface level stuff. For me, also right now, it is not enough for me to just recognize something. I want to say, what can I actually do to change things? Like, what difference is it actually making? Now, I shared yesterday about an amazing Instagram page that I had found that does a lot with Black history information, and I love doing things like that. There is value in, if you are trying to learn something, if you're trying to make yourself more aware of something, to make sure that things like that end up in your social media feed. And there's value in that. But then I also have to ask myself, and I would ask all of you, what difference is it actually making? And so it's really important for me right now that I can come on here and I can share a blurb of something that somebody amazing in Black history did, something amazing that someone in the Black community is doing right now. But what difference is that really making, other than just awareness? So what else can I do? So very similar to the conversation I had before about the deepness that I want to experience in relationships. I don't want to just put something out there and have that be just it. I had shared before that I had gone, there is a slave cemetery local to us here in Florence, Alabama, and I had gone up and I had seen the sign and I looked at it, but I didn't really explore anything. I didn't really walk through. I didn't go to the other side, which is where the plantation, the main part of the cemetery is. I didn't go see anything. And so yesterday I was out and about and I had some time to do that. And I wanted to share with you guys some of my thoughts, some of my what I experienced out there, because again, I'm in this place where it's not I don't want to just say like, here's something else, I want to share with you some different things, and some different thoughts. So let me go. I'm going to share this with you here. I went out and I took some photos as well. This is actually an image from the slave cemetery that, again, it is here in Florence, Alabama. And this is the Hickory Hill. Hickory Hill was the name of the plantation, Hickory Hill Plantation Slave Cemetery. It says, to the south of this marker is the Hickory Hill Plantation Slave Cemetery, which contains the remains of approximately 140 African Americans. These individuals labored in the bonds of slavery during the period of 1818 to 1865, and many as tenant farmers after the Civil War. In March of 1818, General John Coffee purchased 1,280 acres of land in this area and established his plantation, Hickory Hill. He built his home approximately 700 feet to the east of this site and 150 feet beyond the current walled cemetery. By 1819, Coffee had moved his family to his new home. He was dependent upon slaves for the operation of his plantation and owned as many as 85 slaves at one time. Coffee cultivated his plantation with slave labor until his death on July 7th, 1833. Thereafter, his family continued the work of using slave labor until slavery was abolished on December 18th, 1865. It is believed that many Africans remained at Hickory Hill after the Civil War and tilled the land as tenant farmers. Following then common practices, a cemetery for slaves working on the Hickory Hill plantation was located here, 500 feet to the west of the Coffee Cemetery, adjacent to a large ravine and on the north-south ridge line. It is believed that the first burial here occurred around 1830. Most of the graves were marked with field stones. Only one grave was identified with a modern-day marble marker, which has been broken, and the inscription is not legible. And I actually have a photo of that as well. I need to see where I've got it here. This is some of the other photos that I took of the area. That is not it. This is it right here. This photo right here. So it says, some of the African American tenant farmers working at Hickory Hill Plantation after 1865, their descendants and descendants of former slaves are probably buried here. Names of individuals buried here and the dates of their death are unknown. As time passed, the slave cemetery lay unattended and forgotten, except for a few graves that received limited care. Decomposition of the caskets and bodies resulted in sunken, elongated, and oval depressions in the soil. The grounds became overgrown with grass, trees, and dense underbrush. An early record dated May 22nd, 1902, described the cemetery as containing 1 acre. However, its shape and location were not cited. In 2014, the Florence Historical Board, utilizing a large donation from Walmart, this whole thing is on the side of one of the Walmarts that's here in Florence, began restoration of the Hickory Hill Plantation Slave Cemetery and the nearby Coffee Family Cemetery. The board's goal was to preserve both cemeteries and the locations of the historical sites. So it was really interesting for me to go out there and really look at the grounds, look at the land, see, and this is what I just read from. This is the sign that's out there, and see what all is going on. And here's the beautiful thing that I found. That one of the thoughts that I had while I was out there is, there's a staunch difference, and I'm going to show you the Coffee Cemetery as well. That's right across the road that's there. There's a big difference between how how they were remembered in the afterlife. You'll see, these are just a cross. There's no names, there's no date, there's no nothing, as if it didn't matter. But the beautiful thing that I found throughout all of this is I was thinking to myself, it's really easy to go into a place like this and think, humans, how can we find the joy here? Because humans can be crap sometimes. We can be uh just not good people, but one of the beautiful things that I found is that these daffodils were popping up. You can see some in the background there as well, all over the slave cemetery, as if nature was saying, we're going to honor them. And I found that really beautiful, that they were popping up everywhere in the area. And you can see there's so many places throughout, and this is just one little picture. Now, walking across the street, I took this picture as well. It's not a glamorous picture by any means, but you can tell that someone has been actively working on the beautification of the coffee cemetery as well. There is a sidewalk over there. There is no sidewalk on the side of the slave cemetery. There's a lot of differences and a lot of things that I feel like could be done so much better to honor both sides now, and make both of them be just as and maybe they're working on it as well. I have to look. I'm going to make it a point to look up and see what is all being done. Over here there was another sign that talked about John Coffey. I don't understand why that just closed. It talked about John Coffey, and then this is where you go up to the coffee part of the cemetery. And it talks about the site, talks about who helped to make it happen, between the cemetery and the slave cemetery. So this one is all walled in. You can tell everything's well marked. We're going back to the 1800s, so a lot of it is obviously very dirty and worn and things like that. And I keep clicking away, you guys. I'm sorry. And here's another view from the other side. I had walked around to look at some of the different areas, scrolling in to show the writing on the things. Now, next to the coffee cemetery, there is a special, another, again with the unmarked, no names or dates, but it is believed that these are the people that served the home, in the ones that were the closest to the family in this area here. So that's all blocked in as well. It looked like somebody tried to engrave a little heart on that one. And then now I have to do some more research. There's this huge tree, and it was burnt. It has scorch marks all over it. And then way back in the woods here, there is a dilapidated house. Now, I don't know if any of that was the site of the original place or what, but that looks to be burnt as well. There's a lot of things. There's a closer picture. A lot of things. I got as close as I could to it without, being haunted by something. Listen, I've told you about these stories before of feeling some kind of way. But at any rate, I did a lot of thinking while I was out there about I can come on here and there were books too. Somebody left obviously these are not historical books. They're John Grisham novels. Somebody left these under the tree there. And so I had taken a picture of that as well. There's some kind of barrel out here. I'm not sure. I don't know what these things are, but I did a lot of thinking. Oh, this is me walking through I was going as close as I can to that house. Listen, I was trying not to get hurt. But I did a lot of thinking while I was out there of what does it matter? I can come on here and I can share about going to places like this, and I can share about what people did, and a lot of things I've known, a lot of things that have come to that have been brought to my attention by any number of people. I knew about those things, and so I was thinking about, like, you know, I've had awareness this whole time of, the inventions and things that people have done. And I've had a lot of respect for people, Black people in the music community, because I've been so into music a lot of my life, and the origins of where different types of music and beats and everything come from. And so there's always been that awareness there, but then it's like, I'm thinking to myself, this whole time I was out there, but now what? Now what do I do with that? Now what do I do with that? And so I will continue this month to share different things every day that are, that I feel like are valuable knowledge and things like that. But I ask everybody to ask yourself, what else can you do? So for me, with my platform, it is important for me to showcase all different voices, to bring us together, to showcase the connection that we can have, rather than continuing to, which is so easy to do, connect with people that are similar to us, want to showcase one side of a conversation, to continue for me to use my platform to showcase different voices and different parts of the community. And that's something that I can do, and I feel like is highly more valuable than throwing out facts of that. You can, like, well, the fact, but now what are you going to do with it? What does it actually mean to you? What does it actually matter? So I would invite everybody during this segment this morning to just ask yourself, what else are you doing? What else are you doing? What else can you do? And I also believe it may not be necessarily everybody's role to do something, but can you elevate the voices of those who are doing something? Because that's doing something as well. So I just wanted to share with you my little excursion yesterday, because for me, it wasn't enough to just sit here and go, oh, I saw it. I got down in there. I said a prayer while I was in there. I looked around. I wanted to really feel. I tried to imagine where things might have been, because it's hard. That was like a long time ago. I'm not going to math this morning. That was a long time ago. There's nothing there anymore. And so it was really important for me to just get down in there and just try to feel something and explore and ask myself, what can I do? What can I do that makes a difference other than just spewing out stuff? What else can I do? So I invite you to ask yourself the same question, and do it in a joyful way, because it is joyful. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to make the world a better place. It is joyful, the choice that we get to have every single day to wake up and say, what can I do to actually make the world better? What can I do to make a difference? What can I do to make sure that shit like this never happens again in history? What can I do? So I would invite you to ask yourself the same thing. We're going to take a super quick break, you guys, and then we're going to finish up with birthdays today. Hang tight. sure you visit my friend Sylvia Tam and family over at bevivafoods.com. All gluten-free, vegan-friendly, and all of that good stuff. Use the code BREAKTHROUGH for 15% off. It's bevivafoods.com. And also be looking out for my interview with Sylvia Tam coming up soon. I was the inaugural guest on the Mompreneurs Raising Kidpreneurs podcast, coming out next Monday, I believe, she said. So very excited about that. So keep an eye out, and I hope you will enjoy the conversation that we had. Talked about lots of amazing things. All right, you guys, we have to do birthdays this morning. So lots of fabulous birthdays. We're rounding out Aquarius season here, but we are not done yet. Michael Jordan's birthday is today, the basketball king. Happy birthday, Michael Jordan. Singer Ed Sheeran birthday is today. There's some lyrics of his. We need to do a misunderstood lyrics session because that brings me joy. We need to do, I will tell you a story about that with Ed Sheeran sometime. But happy birthday, Ed Sheeran. Paris Hilton's birthday is today. Actress Bonnie Wright's birthday is today. From the Harry Potter series, she played Ginny Weasley. Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? You guys like Green Day? I love Green Day. Billy Joe Armstrong, happy birthday. Actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt birthday is today. Actress Denise Richards. Larry the Cable Guy, get her done, birthday is today. And actor Jason Ritter's birthday is today. Over on my celebrity Facebook page, my friends list, one of my favorite coaches from the vegan gym, Sawyer Hoffman's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Sawyer. And a friend of mine from growing up, Rodney Albert's birthday is today as well. Happy birthday, Rod. So let's do all of the birthdays. Are you any other birthdays out there today? Let me know. Otherwise, it's about to be too late. It's about to be too late. Here we go, you guys. Let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michael Jordan, Ed Sheeran, Paris Hilton, Bonnie Wright, Billy Joe Armstrong, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Denise Richards, Larry the Cable Guy, Jason Richard, Sawyer Hoffman, and Rodney Albert. Happy birthday to you. Look at me on point with the applause today. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating today. Billy Joe, you can call me later and we can talk about the next Green Day album because he's watching, Happy birthday to everybody celebrating. I hope you guys are set up to have an amazing rest of your day. It's going to be storming here in Florence, Alabama today, but I'm going to enjoy it anyway because my joy in the rain is that the plants need it and plants provide the food for us vegans of the world. And plants provide the food for the other things y'all are eating as well. So I hope you guys are set up to have an amazing day. Thank you for joining me, watching or listening wherever you are in the world. I'm your host, Jessica Dugas, and I want to remind you to make joy a priority in your life today and every day. We'll see you next time.
You've been tuned in to Project Joy Live with Jessica Dugas, your weekday morning talk show, inviting you to start your day with a triple shot of good vibes only on the Breakthrough Show Network. Binge all past episodes of Project Joy at projectjoypodcast.com. Until next time, help us spread the joy by sharing this episode, and we'll see you soon.
Hello to the Breakthrough Show. It's Shirley A.